Hi guys, long time no see. Where do I even begin? So in this video I would like to give you a little update on myself and on the garden as well. We are gonna make a quick tour. I'm gonna show you what's changed once I'm done talking. But yeah, I should start with the fact, why I wasn't posting these past couple of months. That wasn't intended at all. It just happened. But first of all, I would like to thank you to those of you who reached out to ask if I was okay, if everything was fine, why I stopped posting. It means a lot. I really appreciate it, so thank you for that. So let's jump straight to the point, not make this video too long. So the reason why I stopped posting is because I actually lost someone very close, and it came a little bit as a shock. So I guess I just needed some time, to think, to process it all. And then I actually took some time off and I traveled abroad to see my family, to spend some time with them. And obviously in that moment I wasn't really thinking about YouTube at all. So then when I came back home, to be perfectly honest with you, I actually thought I'm never coming back to YouTube. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I really wasn't in the mood for any of this. And I feel like I needed a little bit more time to think about this to really make a good decision. And truth be told, I've been on YouTube for the past 5 years and it just became such a huge part of my life that I just can't simply quit doing it, because I love it so much and I love sharing this journey with you. I love being part of your gardening journey. I love interacting with you and, doing all of this that we've been doing so far. So I just simply can't quit. But there are some changes that I need to implement because, when I was away, later on I had some time to think about all of this, and I realized a couple of things. Like, for example, how much time I spend on this channel, working on this channel. It may not look like it, but it is an enormous amount of time. And I explained that a little bit earlier this year, but I'm gonna repeat it really quickly. To be able to post videos as consistently and as regularly as I have been up until now, it requires a lot of time because, life gets busy. You work, you travel, you go on holidays, you get sick, sometimes the weather is bad and you just simply can't record anything outside. But you still need those 2 videos ready for your public, right? So you need to think and you need to get ready ahead of time. And up until now, I haven't missed a single video. So, to be able to do it, to be able to keep up with this busy YouTube schedule, I need to plan ahead of time. And usually I had my content scheduled minimum 4 weeks ahead of time. Most of the time it was more than 4 weeks, it was like up to 8 weeks. So up to 8 weeks, I already know what I'm gonna be posting. I already have a list of videos. I already know when I'm gonna be recording it, because I just need to be really organized to be able to produce 2 videos a week for this YouTube channel. And that alone takes a lot of time because I constantly need to think about new ideas, new projects, what I'm gonna post next month, what I'm gonna post this winter and stuff like that. And then when you actually go out on this balcony and you start to record those videos, it can take up to 2 hours to record one video, depending on what it is. If it's a tour, it's 30 minutes and I'm done because I just show you around. But if it's a tutorial, I need to put my cameras at different angles and all that, so it takes time. And then you edit the video. This can take 2-3 hours as well, sometimes even more, because as I said, if it's a tutorial, I need to go through all the footage that I have of that certain plant at different times of the year. It takes a lot of time. And then you upload the video. You run it through different software, you put all these options and the description and all. And then once the video finally goes live, obviously you need to keep an eye on it. You need to check all the data. And not only that one last video, but all the other videos that you ever posted, because obviously people rewatch those older videos as well. People still have questions under those older videos, so you want to keep an eye. And I love this channel, making this content, as much as I love gardening. But it does take up an enormous amount of time, and the problem is that I offer all that time and I put all this work into this channel, but I don't get anything in return for myself. Because this channel, it grows, but it grows so slowly that it's very insignificant for YouTube. YouTube is all about likes, shares and subscriptions and comments and all that. So because the engagement and the views are pretty low on my channel, it's very insignificant for YouTube, and it doesn't really generate any income at all, so I don't get any income from this channel. And here again, so far so good. That's what I've been doing for the past 5 years. I've been running this YouTube channel pretty much for free. But what bugs me a little bit is knowing that I do all of this I put so much work and so much of my heart into this channel and I get nothing. But then there are people out there, my colleagues, my gardening colleagues, who do as much as I do, but they do get income from their social media presence. And this just feels a little bit unfair, especially that, you know, many of the garden influencers that I know, that I'm friends with, they are sponsored also by a certain company, especially those friends in the US. They are sponsored by a certain company that gives them plants for free. And you know, this in itself is a huge help, because you know, when you have unlimited access to plants, you have unlimited content possibilities. Like me, if I want to create a content around a certain plant, I need to go and buy it with my own money. And as I said, if I go and buy something with my own money, then it's kind of, let's say, money wasted, because I'm not getting any money in return from the channel, you know what I mean? So it's been a little bit tricky, and I think I've been ignoring this a little bit for a long time, and now I kind of realize this, and that's why I need to make some changes to this channel. Content-wise, nothing is really changing. I still will be posting what I've been posting up until now, you know, projects and tutorials and just some casual videos as well. But I just can't keep posting as much as I have been, and I can't keep offering as much as I have been up until now. So let's say each time I post a video, I will be posting it on Saturday. This was always our day, you know, when I was posting Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. my time. So make sure that you're subscribed, that you have notifications on, that you never miss a video whenever I post one. I might post 3 videos a month, I might post 2 videos a month, I might post 4 videos a month, or 1 video a month. I can't promise anything, but at the same time, you know, I want you to know that I will still be posting content on this channel. Alright, so that's enough for the updates. Why don't we take a tour now? Let me show you how the garden is looking, what's changed. It looks a little bit neglected. I will be honest with you, I haven't spent much time in here doing anything, so the garden was kind of left on its own, and you know, while I was traveling, not everything survived. So yeah, I think for the most part it's okay, but I definitely have a lot of things to do. So let me give you an update, let me show you how it's looking right now. Alright, so firstly, let me give you a look from this perspective on the whole balcony. Not much has changed. There's still some color, even though it's late fall. Okay, just a quick look at this veggie corner here. I think I'm gonna make a more detailed video on certain plants that I really enjoyed growing this year and that performed really well in my garden. I'm not gonna go into too many details in this video because I'm afraid it's gonna be too long. But in the veggie planter here we have lettuce, red salad bowl. Amazing lettuce, really love it, hoping to grow it all throughout winter. Here we have, I think, already a third batch of radish. This is radish Bacchus, an amazing performer. I harvest so much of this radish, it grows enormous. We have still some alpine strawberries. That's what I love about alpine strawberries. They produce pretty much year round for me, from like late spring all the way until early winter. Nothing in the bottom planter. I planted what did I plant in there? Turnips. Yes, I planted turnips, but when I was away, caterpillars ate all of it. So I didn't plant anything so far. Still have some herbs, some basil. Look at this basil. And people say that basil doesn't grow in the shade. Well, my plant will prove you wrong. Look at this massive basil. We have some rosemary as well. Here we have still a little strawberry. I still have my tomato plant. That tomato plant produced like crazy. I think I removed it since then, because you know it's really cold now. The tomato is not producing anymore. As I move around, here we go. So I removed my passiflora. I transferred it to another balcony, to my in-laws balcony actually, because it's outgrew this trellis pretty rapidly. On this side we have a clematis, as you remember probably. Clematis is slowly starting to go dormant. Then we have a rose. This rose has grown a ton. And here again, I won't talk too much about it because I think I want to go more in detail in the next video. But look at this. I started to train it more horizontally because honestly I kind of forgot about it, and I let it grow and it reached almost the top of this arch. But rose performed really well. It's growing really healthy so far, as you can see. Beautiful healthy foliage, and it produced a couple of flowers all throughout summer. On this side we have dahlias. Also, that's something I got a lot of questions about those dahlias, how they performed, and would I recommend growing them in partial shade. I think rose and dahlias were the most asked plants about, so that's why I want to go a little bit more in details for all of you guys in the next couple of videos. But look at them, how beautiful. So this one is wait, this one is called Caitlin's Joy. Yeah, Caitlin's Joy, a beautiful performer. As you can see, it still has some flowers on it. I'm not doing anything with them, to be honest. I'm not even deadheading them. I've been a little bit lazy these days. Here we have Dahlia Famoso, another beautiful dahlia that performed really well. We don't have any flowers now because it's actually pretty cold, and the sun is not reaching my balcony anymore at this time of year, so it's all in full shade. So this is still the Caitlin's Joy, and here is Wine-Eyed Jill. And the strangest thing happened. This Wine-Eyed Jill also produced a couple of really lovely flowers, but then it turned completely yellow. But that's a common thing with dahlias. They are so hybridized that sometimes they revert to their original form or to some different form. Okay, moving on. The little tomato is here. I was sure I threw it, but I didn't actually. But I should, because it's not producing anymore. Now here on the table we have this arch, this little thing that I created, and I planted Crocus sativus, and I think we might be having a first flower forming here. Yes, there's a first flower forming. So Crocus sativus is a fall blooming crocus. It's a saffron crocus. I planted a whole bunch of it to harvest my own saffron. As we move forward, I made some changes here. I had a huge hydrangea. You probably remember my hydrangea macrophylla, the enormous one. It became so large that it reached all the way until here. So I actually transferred it to someone else's garden. I found a new home for this hydrangea because it was such a beautiful plant. I think it would be a shame to try to, keep it under control. I just felt like it was a better idea to give it away. Here on the floor I have empty pots that are waiting to be planted with bulbs. I will be planting bulb lasagna. I'm waiting because up until now it was still quite warm and quite rainy, so I waited because I don't want the bulbs to rot or to start sprouting prematurely. So for now, what I have in here, I have this hydrangea. Has not performed really well this year, but it's first year, so that's to be expected. This is a hydrangea arborescens from the Bella Ragazza series, and I ordered Blanchetta, but I'm pretty sure I got Limetta. As you can see, it has a very beautiful limey color. So looking forward to seeing this plant next year. It's a dwarf hydrangea, so it will fit perfectly in this little spot. I'm hoping to add more hydrangeas next year, but more Crocus sativus. Yes, look at this, we have a first flower here forming as well. A whole bunch of Crocus sativus. And this corner, my shade perennial garden. Many plants here are starting to go dormant. As you can see, hostas are not looking very hot. This one almost lost all its foliage already. I had some vine weevil grubs problem. They ate all the roots of my fern, all the roots of my tiarella, but I was able to save these plants. Still have my Japanese maple in here, still didn't get rid of it because I told you this plant is a little bit problematic and it always defoliates and always causes some trouble, but I kept it because it's just such a beautiful plant. So not much changed in this corner. Plants are slowly starting to go dormant. Here again, empty pot waiting for bulbs. And Clematis montana still looking pretty fresh. I trimmed it a little bit because it suffered this summer. It had a lot of dead branches, so I cut out all the dead, and now the plant will slowly start to go dormant. And the last thing I want to show you are the railing planters with these begonias and diamond frost euphorbia. So they are looking absolutely miserable. Look at them. It cries for help. But they bloomed beautifully all summer long. They were such a beautiful performers. I always recommend begonias because, they are one of the longest blooming annuals. We still have some flowers here. Let me show you. Look at this, how beautiful. So this is how the garden is looking at the beginning of November. Alright you guys, so this is gonna be it for today's video. I am really happy to be back and I hope that you're looking forward to these new videos as much as I am. So yeah, I guess I'll see you again next Saturday. Bye!